So did anybody have any questions, comments about what they did out here?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes, Mary Kay. Right. So the station 1, 2, and 3 those activities have been well researched because they're very much vestibular rehab activities, and the recommendations from the vestibular rehab group, or what the research has been based on, is doing 5 repetitions 3 times a day for 2 weeks.
Okay, we're good to get started.
For 2 weeks, yeah, and but then you reassess, and it maybe they need to get harder, or that kind of thing. That just because they can do that one doesn't mean they're done. It just means that's where they need to. If they're not having any difficulty with it, a lot of times I'll bump it up. I have people. Most of the research is based on people in sitting, but some people are so bad that I have to have them lay down and cover one eye, and they move one eye. And then you do left eye, then you do right eye. And then we work up to 2 eyes laying down. Then we go up to sitting, and then we do standing, that kind of thing. So that's where the progression comes in on the sheets. Yes?
Just out of curiosity, what's your compliance rate with people doing their home exercise program?
Depends on the person. One of the hard things with this population, right, is we have a lot of people who either have very low energy, or they have cognitive difficulties. So you have to make it fairly easy and not too much stuff that you want them to do. So you don't do shotgun approach necessarily, because you give them every single one of these for the next 2 weeks, right? Because one, they're going to feel lousy, and they only have so much time. So a lot of times I will give them 1 or 2 things to work on depending on what I think is the most important. If their eyes are not working together, which is reading and a lot of other things like that, that's the one I'm going to work on. If I'm concerned more about their neck, I might do some of the laser ones where I'm getting them to move their eyes and their head together, because I want to get range of motion too. So I've gotten 2 exercises with one thing. Because if I give them too much, nothing happens. You also have to be a good salesperson. Explain to them why they're doing it and how it's going to benefit them. Most people with vision stuff, they get it, that they can't see, and that they need to be able to work, to get their eyes to work together. So it's not as hard as some things. Plus, you're not making them sweat or anything like that. So, those ones are a little bit easier. But if you're making them feel bad when they do it, have them go this far instead of this far, and have them work up to it. Okay? Yes?
Do you see good carryover from these kind of really highly structured road exercises into functional, being able to move around cars and read a book comfortably?
Right. So it takes time. But a lot of times what happens is they really just don't know how to do it in the first place, and once you teach them how to get their eyes to work together or move separately from their head, all of a sudden they can do it with everything. It's just so it's more of an apraxia that they just really can't figure it out. And so you give them something that's very structured so that they at least have somewhere to start. Yes?
This is something that you talked about earlier. What's your success rate when you're sending the completed Rivermeads to the orthopedist? I'm just curious.
So if I typically don't send them to the orthopedics, I have the option of just emailing Dr. Murphy and saying, can we schedule this person? So I don't have that as an issue. And it's going to be more of an issue now that she's not going to be here, because unless their insurance company says they have to have a referral, she takes people without referral. But we need to in this town figure out a doctor or doctors that are going to work with us on this population, right? Because she's leaving, and she's already really full. Because even when she wasn't planning on leaving, it was 2 or 3 months till you could get a new patient in. Because there just isn't a lot of people. Yes?
And I thought some of the changes with all the health care and Obamacare and all of that was that you didn't necessarily need a referral, that you could self-refer, but I'm not sure I'm correct on that anymore.
Yeah, for example, though, like some of the people that have workman's comp, they have to have a referral from their doctor. So it just depends on what they have for insurance, and they need to know their rules. TRICARE, for example, has to have referrals.